Salam and good day. Welcome to Zeer News 24, your trusted source for today's top stories. It's Tuesday, the 1st of Saratan 1404 in the Hijri solar calendar, corresponding to 24th June 2025. I'm Abdullah Masoomi, bringing you the latest national and international headlines. Here are today's top headlines. Detailed reports. Tourism rebounding in Afghanistan. Foreign tourism in Afghanistan is gradually on the rise. Visitors have begun exploring the country's remote provinces and rural landmarks. Many describe Afghanistan today as peaceful and welcoming, far removed from the days of armed conflict. Locals have been greeting tourists with warmth, offering free food and tea, and engaging in friendly conversations. Just a few years ago, such scenes were unimaginable, with much of the country under military lockdown. UNHCR on refugee returns. Arafat Jamal, head of the UNHCR in Afghanistan, emphasized that Afghan refugee repatriation must be voluntary, safe, and honorable, in accordance with international norms. He underlined the pressing needs of returning families and urged Iran to ensure proper protection amidst recent instability. Economy Ministry seeks stronger EU support. Deputy Minister Mullah Mohammed Alam Jamil held talks with Hansen René Taus, head of the EU's economic team. In response, Mr. Taus reiterated the EU's commitment to improving Afghanistan's economy, pledging support across education, healthcare, private enterprise, and agriculture, especially through alternative livelihood projects. That wraps up our domestic news. Stay tuned. International developments are coming up after a short break. Israeli military strikes in Gaza have killed at least 43 Palestinians, including women and children, with dozens more injured, some in critical condition. These strikes targeted aid centers run by humanitarian organizations, which have previously been criticized for political activity. The new wave of violence comes amid a deepening hunger crisis in various parts of Gaza. According to Palestinian authorities, since the conflict began 20 months ago, over 56,000 people have been killed and more than 131,000 injured. French President Macron slams US strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities as illegal. Speaking at a press conference in Oslo, France's President Emmanuel Macron called the recent US strikes on Iran's nuclear sites illegal under international law and the UN Charter. He urged that any military action against Iran must be grounded in legal justification, not unilateral decision-making. Macron emphasized France's long-standing commitment to resolving conflicts diplomatically and warned that such military interventions pose serious threats to regional stability. He urged all parties to exercise restraint and return to talks. His remarks come amid widespread global condemnation of the American strikes. Iran fires missiles at US base in Qatar. 12-day ceasefire brokered. On the 23rd of June 2025, Iran launched a retaliatory missile attack on the US Al Udeid airbase in Qatar in response to earlier US strikes on its nuclear sites. While this violated Qatar's sovereignty, sophisticated defenses and early warnings prevented any casualties or significant damage. Following the attack, a US-mediated ceasefire between Israel and Iran was successfully brokered, bringing a halt to the so-called 12-day war. Though violations occurred at the outset, the ceasefire largely held, thanks to Qatar's pivotal role and firm US intervention, but deep-seated distrust and unresolved issues continue to threaten lasting peace. Boat capsizes in California, 8 confirmed dead. A sudden storm on Lake Tahoe, California, capsized a small vessel, resulting in at least 8 fatalities and 1 person still missing. 10 people were on board, 2 were rescued. Authorities described the incident as a rare and dangerous weather-related tragedy, with search efforts ongoing for the missing individual. Amazon to invest $54 billion in the UK over 3 years. Amazon has announced plans to invest $54 billion, approximately £40 billion, in the UK over the next 3 years. The investment will fund new logistics and data centres, film studios and offices, creating thousands of new jobs. The company described the move as a commitment to the UK economy and technological advancement. However, the investment is also under the scrutiny of ongoing legal investigations. That concludes our international bulletin. We'll return after a brief break with today's sports highlights. Now, turning to the Wamyan, the local volleyball tournament concluded after 2 weeks of competition, with the Bamyana mid-team emerging as champions. In the final match, they defeated Pagman with a score of 3-1, securing the championship title. In Nimroz, a new football league titled Unity Cup has kicked off in Zeranj city. The opening match saw Ansari team claim victory over Shahid Abdullah, winning 3-0. Meanwhile, in Paktia province's Syed Karam district, the second round of the local football league concluded with Ettifaq team taking the title. They beat their rivals Etihad 2-1 in the final. In Balkh province's Chahe district, a one-day volleyball tournament between 10 teams ended with Sadr Abad team crowned champions. They narrowly defeated Shaheen in the final with a score of 1-0. That's all for today's news bulletin. For more updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X and YouTube. Just search Zeer News 24. Until tomorrow, take care and goodbye.